Hey everyone, Gaming ADI here. Welcome back to our Satisfactory series. Last time we conquered steel production, got through tiers 3 and 4, and now it's time to supercharge our factory with some serious upgrades. First on the agenda is this first base we made for all the basic stuff. We're going to swap out those old Mark 1 miners for some shiny new Mark 2 miners to boost our resource extraction. At the same time, we're going to change out the old basic production for something a little bit bigger. So what we've done here is open up the base a bit and got some more production going. I've brought all of the production of iron, copper and concrete together to make one big base. We have 3 belts of 120 per minute from the iron miners coming into 12 smelters, making 360 ingots per minute. They then go into 21 constructors, which are split into either plates, rods or screws. We're using the cast screw recipes, so we don't need the rods to make the screws, and they come straight from iron ingots. They then go into our assemblers to make the reinforced iron plates, the rotors, and the modular frames. I also have the excess of the screws, plates and rods going into these containers here. That should enable us to get more smart plating and the other 2 items for phase 2 of Project Assembly, but more on that later. I've also increased the production of the copper to give us more copper products. We now have 1 belt of 120 per minute coming into 4 smelters and then into 7 constructors, which would be putting out 60 wire, 30 cable and 30 copper sheet per minute, which will also help with phase 2 Project Assembly. Concrete has also had an upgrade. I've brought in 3 belts of limestone, 2 coming from impure and 1 from a normal node, giving us a belt of 240. Coming into 6 constructors, giving us 90 concrete per minute, which is just as well for the amount of concrete I'm going to need. Now over to the steel. The last time we made this steel production, which was good, but a little rush. And the belt work? Ugh. Now we have faster belts and miners. We should be able to do something better with this. Say hello to the new improved steel production. I've replaced the miners with Mark II and then overclocked them to put out the 270 per minute the belts can handle, rather than 240 they would normally do. All the belts are now Mark III to handle the increased ore. They come up into 18 foundries, all putting out 45 per minute, which is a massive 810 steel ingots per minute. That then goes into 9 constructors for steel pipe and 9 constructors for steel beams. That would give us 135 steel beams per minute and 180 steel pipes per minute. Because the belts we have cannot handle the amount of steel ingots we are putting out, I'll split this line into half. This is for the beams, so we have half coming in from this side and half coming in from this side to meet in the middle for this one. So now we have our steel running, it's time to get the beams and pipes back over to the main base so we can start production on the items needed for phase 2 of Project Assembly. For this, we're going to use the tractors that we opened in tier 3 and build a road from steel back to the main base. Okay, so that's the road built. Not sure how well it's going to work, as it has some big climbs in it. And I should have done some blueprints for this, but I just never thought of it. I'll remember for next time though, because this took me bloody ages. Right, so we have 2 tractor stations at each end, 1 for beams, 1 for pipes. Let's get some tractors set up to transport these resources. We need to configure the autopilot, which you do here, and start recording. We'll need to do a whole route round to the other place, back down here, and back to this spot. So let's get going. Okay, so that's our first autopilot route done. I need to do that another 1 time for the pipes. I can also go back and edit these nodes. So when I got to the tractor stations, I had a little bit of trouble getting that F button to come up, but I can go back and edit those nodes. So we're going to enable autopilot, jump off, and then that should go off and do its own thing. It's going the wrong way at the minute though. I'm hoping it's going to come back this way. I don't know why it's going backwards. Why are you going back? Oh no, there you go. Right, let me edit these nodes and I'll bring you back. So now we have the beams and the pipes being brought over. We can get the smart plating, versatile framework and automated wiring started and get the phase 2 items going. Which I have actually started doing over here. If we just run over to these machines, you'll see we have reinforced iron plates and rotors going in here to make the smart plating. Then in here we have the modular frames and the steel beams combining to make versatile frameworks. Then all the way over here we have the steel pipes and wire coming in to make stators, which then go into the next machine to combine with cable to make the automated wiring. They all then come into these containers to be stored ready for phase 2. In fact, I could probably bring the space elevator over here to make it easier. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Hold please. And there we have it. All of the items going into the space elevator. And now we can keep track of them in the top right corner of the screen. So while these 4 assemblers get to making those items, let's quickly set up some encased industrial beams over at the steel plant. So I used the normal limestone node down there with a Mark II miner to make 120 per minute limestone needed for the concrete for the industrial cased beams. That comes along here, up those conveyor belt thingies. I've nicked some of the pipes, some of the beams from here. Concrete goes into these 3 constructors, or the limestone goes in to produce the concrete, which then comes out and goes into this assembler. We're only going to be getting 6 a minute, but it should be enough. I don't think I need a lot of them yet, but who knows. Right, I'm going to let this play through. As you can see, phase 2 up in the top right. We've already got our automated wiring. We're just waiting for the others to come through. And when it's done, I'll bring you back. So the last couple of versatile frameworks are now going into the space elevator. Everything else is done. We're ready. Let's send this bad boy off, shall we, and see what happens.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and fix its faith in you will be strengthened.
And that's all we're aiming for, is fix its faith in us. Right, let's have a look at this.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure, and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fix-It.
Thank you for that, Ada. Appreciate the pep talk. Okay, so that's Phase 2 done. Now I'm going to keep these going because we do need them for other phases as well. Probably actually going to get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that, and just dump them in their respective boxes so they don't actually go into here. Because you can see there's 30 in there already, but they are needed for the next phase, so who knows. So the next phase, this next phase is the one that I've only ever got to. I've only ever managed to build up the plastic, get plastic and rubber going, and then I tend to lose interest in the game. So I'm hoping that we'll get further on this run as I'm doing an episode of it. You'll notice over here actually I've got Caterium going over there making quick wire. Over in the back there, I've also got a SAM site and some quartz just into a smelter, just making stuff up, just running around in the background, just, you know, little bits, but it's enough to give us some stuff to play with. But that's going to be it for today. This episode has actually taken a lot longer than I expected to film, what with work as well. In fact, this is only just going to be done in time for the Wednesday deadline that I put on myself. So yeah, well, thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons. Leave me a comment. What do you think of it? I'm not 100% sure on it personally. I think it's too steep. I think maybe I should have gone up in little increments, but will we keep it? I don't know. We've got trains coming up soon, so we might play around with the trains instead. I've never ever done any trains, never done a train setup whatsoever, so that will probably be quite fun to start up. I also want to get some more of these dimensional depots up and running, and see where we go with that. So now we've got tiers 5 and 6. What's that? Motors. Okay, we can make that. I'm very tempted to do the jetpack next, so I can start flying around rather than running everywhere. Oil processing, obviously that'll be a big one. Mark 4 logistics, fluid packaging, petroleum power, so we can get some more. Oh yeah, that's the other thing we need to look at, is our power is getting yeah. So we've only got production of 1200. Our maximum consumption, if everything's running, is 1400. We need to do something with the power as well in the next episode. Good job I left enough space to put in some more power generators, cold power generators. So yeah, but we have got petroleum, so we can get some of them up and running maybe if we get them. Manufacturers, these are obviously the next two things we need in our phase 3. Trains, signaling, pipeline Mark 2, and Mark 2 blueprints. Blueprints is something I should have done for that bloody road going up there. But like I say, might not keep it. We might see if we can do something with the trains. But that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Like I said, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons. Leave me a comment. What do you think of it? But keep smiling, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video.